Obviously, we all saw you. You know, you had a surgery a couple of months ago on your hands. A couple people speculating about your hands. Like, how is his hands? Like, what's it gonna be like come fight night? Can you give us any insight as far as just how you're feeling post surgery?
I mean, I feel good. I'm throwing punches and letting my hands go in the gym. So shit, I'm good. Come fight night, we gonna see.
Shakur Stevenson, amidst a storm of viral panic, is leaving no doubt about his reality. He has finally addressed the terrifying rumors of a serious hand injury and made it clear that he is still coming for Teofimo Lopez. He's shown he's still in the trenches and mentally prepared to risk it all for the biggest night of his life, not a withdrawal. This isn't just a title defense, it's a battle against his own body. And Shakur is ready to silence the noise once and for all. Shakur has been vocal about his lingering hand issues for a while now. Over the past couple of years, Shakur has injured his hands more than once. The constant hand issues could prove to be a massive obstacle ahead of his legacy-defining clash with Teofimo Lopez on January 31st.
Something about the hands, bro. Like, obviously, it's been a whole thing now. Like, Shakur got brittle hands and da-da-da. Like, what's up with the hands?
I mean, I've been boxing since I was 5 years old. Truthfully, what I feel is, though, is now I'm just paying for my mistakes that I made in the past. And I used to be like one of them niggas that like go in the gym and just throw regular hand wraps on, no fucking gauze, no bricks on my shit, just straight regular hand wraps that you get when you like 5 years old and you walk in the gym. And I think I'm just paying for it right now, but truthfully, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing to get it better. I'm gonna go talk to the greats like the Floyds. I want to talk to Paulie Malignaggi because I heard he had some problems too. So I just want to talk to them and get what they did to help themselves when they was in my situation.
While most fighters would find excuses and point out their injured hand as a hurdle ahead of this massive showdown, Shakur Stevenson was posting about the grind. His social media activity painted a picture of a fighter who wasn't in a hospital bed, but in the trenches. Just weeks prior, he had told the world there would be no Thanksgiving for him this year. He was skipping the turkey and the family time because, in his words, dude said he was going to make me quit on the stool.
I think it's really that time for him to really take his first loss and, me whoop his ass to the point where either he quits on the stool or I knock him out. How I see this fight being played out is with me pretty much setting that momentum for the people out there as well. Not really trying to force for it. However, I can't be too technical with Shakur. You got to make it a little ugly. You got to make it a little ugly. If you try to be too technical with Shakur, it could be too long of a weighted chess match. Certain people don't want to see that. They don't want to see pop shots. You know what I mean? They want to see good action. I have yet to see, and I think you could attest with me, I don't think we have seen Shakur face anyone higher than who he's going to face next, and that's of me. So, I definitely, commend him at least for stepping up to the plate. But I think it's time. I think it's really that time for him to really take his first loss and, me whoop his ass to the point where either he quits on the stool or I knock him out.
You really believe that, because everyone will say, oh man, Shakur is probably one of the best defensive fighters in the game. You really believe you can stop Shakur Stevenson?
Yes.
This disconnect between the viral panic and the fighter's actual behavior has created a bizarre tension. On one hand, you have reports claiming his hand is fragile. On the other, you have Shakur sweating in the gym, laser-focused on dismantling Teofimo. It raises a massive red flag about the news we consume. If Shakur didn't feel he wasn't in perfect shape for the fight, the promoters would have pulled the plug immediately to save face and refund tickets. The fact that the posters are still up and the ads are still running suggests that this rumor might have been nothing more than a dirty tactic or a misunderstanding that spiraled out of control. The reason this rumor caught fire so quickly isn't just because boxing fans are paranoid. It's because Shakur Stevenson has a very real, very dangerous history with his hands. We have been here before. Flashback to September 2024. Shakur was set to defend his title against Joe Cordina, a fight that was supposed to be his showcase. Then, out of nowhere, he pulled out. That time, he did break his silence, showing footage of the exact moment his hand snapped in sparring and the subsequent surgery. That injury wasn't just a one-off bad luck incident. It exposed a terrifying reality for Stevenson's career. He has hands that are incredibly fast and accurate, but they are fragile. He calls them his greatest weapons, but they are also his biggest liability. The trauma to his hands has been so consistent that the Cordina withdrawal felt like a pattern cementing itself.
From where they saying the injury is, to me that tell me how he throwing his punches, how he landing his punches, how he like to land them. To me, that's like he I don't want to give away too much, but it's like he chipping at the bone. He's not really giving you his whole hand. Chipping at the bone.
They say his knuckle. You gotta put that up, G. Try and get your face.
What?
Pause. Yeah. Which part? The middle?
Well, I don't know which knuckle is broke, but
yeah.
Just the fact that it's in that area, to me, it feel like he grazing with that hand. I mean.
Now, is that a technical thing that you can just go into the gym and you can just fix, or is that just his natural motion?
Probably both. It's probably both. But as far as going into the gym, just work on it. Just work on it in the gym. What he got to work on is trying to land the punch, like place it. He trying to score. I mean, that's where the grazing comes from. That's what I feel like come from. I mean, so as far as in the gym, go ahead and work on it. Really getting the shot in there, and then it's being in there and trusting it. So he can work on it. But if he don't trust it for the shot to land like that, for him to really get in. And I seen him do it before. Get inside, play shots, even from the outside a little bit. I seen him do it, but I feel like I don't know. That's where it looked like the injury came from.
When the rumors resurfaced recently, everyone thought, here we go again. It's the glass hands narrative that haunts him, and it makes every single training camp a game of Russian roulette.
Yo, what you need to take over is that fucking grip strength, because what you got going on there, you got a fucking grip strength of a 16-year-old boy. My goodness, you soft like Charmin. You soft like Charmin. Yo, Charmin got better grip than your ass. You got an average, your average strength is a 16-year-old boy in a grown man body. Somebody make this shit up. I can't make it up. This is crazy. What the you taking over? What are you taking over? You taking over bed sheets and pillows because you putting everybody to sleep. Can't even put Josh Padley down under 6. Bro, you trash. You garbage. Yo, you talking to yourself on Twitter because you ain't got no friends. Fuck you.
Shakur himself hasn't exactly hidden this vulnerability. In a moment of rare, raw honesty, he recently admitted something that most fighters would take to their grave. He told DAZN that his body simply cannot handle the schedule of a normal champion. He explicitly stated, 2 fights is the most you will probably get out of me, and admitted that asking for 3 fights a year is impossible because he needs the recovery time.
Like, Ryan Garcia looked to me like he just didn't want to be embarrassed out there. And if he lose or get embarrassed, they're going to say it's the PEDs and stuff like that. Devin Haney, he definitely didn't want to get rocked. Now, he did win the fight, and I think Jose Ramirez should have done more. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that's the effect social media can have. And what I'm afraid of, bro, is I don't want you influenced to where you get out your style and have to slug with damn Zapata in the middle of the ring, bro.
Hey, man, I think here's the thing, bro. I'm extremely competitive, so I'm coming in there to win, regardless. So whatever's going to get me to win is going to happen that night. I'm not worried about... If I slug with him, I felt the need to slug with him. I felt that he ain't really cracking like they say he is, or he ain't doing nothing, and his pace ain't as crazy as they said. So then I made that decision myself. It's a conscious decision, but I'm coming out victorious, bro. So if I have to punch and sustain or do whatever I gotta do to win, I'm coming out victorious. I guarantee with everybody. Don't matter who you put in front of me. There's nobody that's gonna get in there, oh, my hand's gonna hurt and I'm not just gonna fight. If I got to and I gotta get in that bag to make sure I come out victorious, we coming out victorious.
This admission changes everything about how we watch him. When he steps into the ring against a monster like Teofimo Lopez, we aren't just watching to see if his skills hold up. We are watching to see if his bones hold up. He is openly acknowledging that he is operating on a limited timeline. Every time he throws a power shot, he is risking a career-altering injury. So, even if the fight on January 31st is officially on, that rumor of a hand fracture puts a target on his back. If he tweaked it in camp, even slightly, he is walking into a war zone with a compromised weapon. On the other side of the ring, Teofimo Lopez smells blood. Teo isn't the type of fighter to offer sympathy or wait for a fair shake. He has been in the media predicting a lights-out performance, claiming he doesn't care if it happens in the first round or the 12th. His mindset is pure destruction. He's not looking to outbox Shakur, he's looking to break him.
I'm slow, right?
Mentally.
Oh my God, mentally, okay. I'm talking about I'm slow in the boxing ring, right?
Mentally.
I'm talking about the boxing ring, what you was talking about. I'm slow, right?
Mentally.
Okay.
If Teofimo catches wind that there is even a 1% chance Shakur's hand is tender, he is going to exploit it. He will target the body, force Shakur to block hard shots with those fragile hands, and turn the fight into a physical brawl where durability matters more than skill. Teofimo has openly stated that he believes he is the one who can crack the code, and if Shakur is hesitant to throw his left hand because of phantom pain or a hidden injury, Teofimo is going to run him over. The psychological edge here has shifted. Shakur has to prove he's healthy. Teofimo just has to prove he's violent.
Buddy, man, just gotta ask you, because you're from Jersey, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, do you favor the Jersey kid in that fight?
Oh, Shakur, definitely.
Why is that?
He's the best at that weight. No one's gonna beat him at that weight. Hey, you know, he can go up to 47 and win a title. That's how good he is.
I mean,
it's gonna be a good fight. I'm glad it's finally happening, you know, a good fight in boxing where you got two very skilled fighters. And look, I love Teofimo. You know, I picked him to beat Lomachenko. You know what I mean? But I just think that Shakur's on another level.
Is Teofimo the more athletic fighter?
I'm not gonna say that. I mean, to me, they have two different styles. You know what I mean? And, you know, Shakur just has a style that, you know, to appreciate it, you got to be a real boxing person.
Yeah, because, you know, when I say athleticism, it's like explosiveness and twitch, but isn't Shakur with the timing and the distance, it's more subtle?
Relax, you know what I mean? He can do whatever, he can take control at any time when he wants to.
Is it like more efficient? Like Teo will cross arm and use all these reflexes, then Shakur will just take a little half step back.
That's
like,
it.
Is that more efficient?
It's all about control. It's all about control.
How competitive a fight do you think it's going to be?
It's going to be a very good fight. I mean, it's a fight, and it's in the right place, New York. I've always said, I said years ago in an interview, if that fight happens, it's got to be in New York. And I hope it's at Madison Square Garden.
Did you see Shakur when he was coming up?
I saw him as a kid. I remember Shakur as a kid when he was an amateur. And I always tell him, kid, he's just special, man. He's special.
What's Teo, if he can pull it, like if you were his trainer, what would be the game plan, you think, to try to pull off what would be an upset?
You got to be double smart. You can't go in there and think you're going to bully him. You can't think you're going to go in there and bomb him out. You got to be extra smart. Because Shakur's on point, man. You got to be just as on point as he is. And that takes a different level of concentration.
Unanimous decision then for Shakur?
I don't know, man. I don't know, but I see him winning. I see Shakur winning, definitely.
Styles make fights, and Shakur has already admitted that Teofimo is a bad style matchup for him. Both of these guys are elite counterpunchers. They both prefer to make the other guy make a mistake. Shakur said it himself. He's not going to win coming forward. I do the same thing. This creates a tactical stalemate where execution is everything. But here is where the injury rumor becomes a critical factor. To beat Teofimo, Shakur cannot be passive. He has to be sharp, he has to be fast, and he has to earn Teofimo's respect with stiff counters. If he is nursing a hand injury, he loses the ability to sting Teofimo. You cannot keep a bulldog like Lopez off you with a jab alone. If Shakur's power is compromised, Teofimo will walk through his defense and turn this into a nightmare. The margin for error in a fight this technical is 0. If Shakur is even 5% off his game due to physical issues, the bad style matchup becomes a death sentence for his undefeated record.
What Teofimo Lopez is, bro, he's a hell of an athlete, man. And he can contort his body in different ways, in different times, you know what I mean, to create offense for himself. Seriously, I'm sitting there watching him against Sandor Martin, and I'm watching this guy, you know, figuring it out. You know, yeah, distance definitely, when a guy was able to maintain distance, yes, it becomes challenging for Teo. It does. But the thing is with Teo is he's a risk taker. All right. And the thing that I know about Shakur Stevenson is that Shakur has to be on balance. Shakur has to feel safe because he's a defensive first type of fighter. And Shakur won't deploy any offense unless he truly feels he's going to land. So with that being said, it's like Teo, when he's attacking you and he's coming from these weird, odd angles, Teo is not afraid to get hit with a shot. He's not afraid of that, right? Teo can adjust his balance as he's attacking you. Adjust his punches as he's attacking you. So, when Shakur is trying to step out on that line, right? When he's trying to get his distance, move left or right, when he gets along the ropes, or, when he's stepping back, you know what I'm saying? Teo is going to be following him out.
So why risk it? If his hands are so fragile, why not delay the fight? The answer lies in the massive chip on Shakur Stevenson's shoulder. For 5 years, he has watched the boxing world obsess over the four kings: Teofimo Lopez, Gervonta Tank Davis, Devin Haney, and Ryan Garcia. Shakur was always the outsider, the guy looking in, even though many pundits believe he is more talented than all of them. Beating Teofimo Lopez isn't just about defending a belt, it's about shattering that exclusive club. A win here would make Shakur a 4-division world champion, an accomplishment that none of the so-called kings have achieved. He is driven by the disrespect. He remembers being overlooked when he was a featherweight. He remembers the critics saying he wasn't good enough or entertaining enough. This fight is his chance to silence everyone permanently. That kind of hunger can make a fighter ignore the pain. It can make a fighter tape up a broken hand, swallow a couple of painkillers, and walk into the ring anyway.
I look at this fight, Teo has more to lose. Sorry. Shakur has more to lose. Yes. He's the undefeated fighter. He's seen as the eventual pound-for-pound champ, potentially. But Teo has more to win. He has more to gain. So on the one hand, is there an advantage there where Shakur is fighting to protect that perfect record, to protect that kind of sense that he's the next guy? On the other hand, Teo is like he can fight with more abandon against Shakur because there's so much for him to gain. And if he loses, he's lost before. He's lost to Kambosos, and he came back from that. But oh my God, if he can pull it off. Like, if it's a close fight and Teo could keep it close and we're going into the 10th, 11th, 12th rounds, is there an advantage there given that situation?
He came back from that Kambosos fight, but in some way, the jury is still out on Teo a little bit because I'm gonna tell you why. On that card that was done in Times Square, he looked the best out of, with all due respect, out of a lot of people that didn't look good. Yep. But if you put him in the main event somewhere, that people wouldn't, to me, really raved about that fight.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So the jury he still have a lot to prove too. Not as much as Shakur, but he definitely do have a lot to prove still.
Yeah, I agree with you, Max. I think Shakur has more to lose here. Shakur is the one that's thought of as, like you said, pound for pound #1 one day, maybe someday in the not too distant future. He's the favorite in this fight, bigger favorite than anything any of us anticipated at around 3.5 to 1. But Teo, look, what I look at here is I think Teofimo, yes, he's had problems with boxers, which scares me for Teo, but I'm going to use your word, Max, fast twitchies.
Yep.
Shakur Stevenson had a lot of problems with Edwin De Los Santos. I think that was a majority decision, and De Los Santos, what does he have? Very twitchy guy, athletic.
And the difference here is that they're both twitchy, they're both fast, they're both excellent boxers. Teo's a puncher. I know it hasn't shown up in recent fights, but we have watched both of their careers. Shakur is not a puncher.
No.
As we count down to January 31st, the official word is that the show goes on. The posters are up, the fighters are training, and Madison Square Garden is ready. But the shadow of that fragile hand rumor still hangs over the event. We know Shakur's history, we know his hands are a ticking time bomb, and we know he is facing the most dangerous, explosive puncher of his career. When the bell rings, don't just watch the punches. Watch Shakur's face the first time he lands a hard left on Teofimo's skull. Watch to see if he winces. Watch to see if he stops throwing it. The drama of this fight isn't just about who wins or loses anymore. It's about whether Shakur Stevenson's body can survive the ambition of his mind. If the hand goes, the legacy goes with it. And that makes this the most nerve-wracking fight of the decade. That's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.